What are we talking about? I'm not talking about sheep.
Nigel, as always, great to see you. And first of all...
You're about the only rugby player who says that, mind.
Well, it's fine because I'm retired now, so yeah.
That's why you're saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first of all, where are we and how long did it take for you to put all these pictures of yourself up on the wall?
The first thing, I didn't put them up. We're in Pontyberem Rugby Club, which is my local rugby club. I live literally pretty much right next door to the rugby field, pretty much, just across the football field and across the river. And this is, I suppose, with my Sararva school, when I started refereeing, this is where I started as well, you know, refereeing the under-16s. You see a few photos about here when I was a young, chubby referee, and now I'm an old, chubby referee.
When you sit in here and you said you had photos of you being a chubby 16-year-old referee, but then right behind you, you've got a photo of you refereeing a World Cup final. Do you still have to pinch yourself sometimes at where your career's gone?
Yes, I suppose I would if I sort of sat down and thought about it. But I think if you speak to most people, people sort of always tend to talk and think and appreciate really what, not only maybe what you've achieved personally, but appreciate how lucky you are to be involved in such a great game when those days come to an end, when the playing days come to an end, when refereeing comes to an end. So probably when I will sit down and remember back on that journey, yes, I probably will pinch myself.
Special day for Nigel Owens, who gets to referee his own country with special dispensation from World Rugby to do so. Let's hope for a special game too.
That Wales Barbarians game, obviously refereeing your own country, standing on the pitch, singing the national anthem. What was that like?
Yeah, well, obviously Wales won. I wouldn't be sitting here speaking to you now. I'd had to move out. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I can't thank the people involved from the Welsh Rugby Union to World Rugby and the Barbarians themselves in first of all asking me to referee the game and allow me to referee the game. And it was a wonderful occasion. I was a pretty decent game of rugby as well. And it was a bit surreal, really. You know, standing there singing the anthem was something really, really special. As a referee, you've got a job to do, and for that 80 minutes, I was not a Welsh supporter. I was just a referee refereeing the game.
If I have to put somebody off the field, I wouldn't hesitate, because I'm not going to let them spoil the occasion and spoil the game. So have a word in the team.
After that Barbarians game, you told us at Channel 4 that, you know, the end is nigh, you know, there can't be many more minutes left in Nigel Owens' legs. But is that true? Is there any update on that?
I've changed my mind now.
Yeah. Feeling fresh again.
No, I think it's going to be realistic as well. I'm not going to be hanging around where people are saying, well, no, he's past his best. But also, I don't want to referee. I don't want to finish refereeing when, you know, I know I've got a season or two left in me again. So at the moment, I don't know. You know, we'll see how the Six Nations go and what happens after that when I have a few conversations with people who will also be part of that process.
Right, Nigel, a few quick-fire questions, if I may. Best player you ever refereed?
You're asking something now, aren't you? Shane Williams. Look, I could name from your Dan Carters to your McCaws to your Driscolls, you know, many to Martin Johnsons, to many players who are absolutely legends of the game. But yeah, if I had to pick one, Shane Williams.
Most embarrassing moment?
It was Munster against somebody out in the old Thomond Park. And Peter Clowes, he was playing prop for Munster, the Claw. And he was a bit of a renowned, you know, tough player. And he was in his last season. He was retiring, hugely experienced. And I was in my first season, really, in my first big Irish game over in Ireland. And the scrums were a nightmare. We must have had about 15 scrums the first 20 minutes, and I would say 14 of them had collapsed. They were a nightmare. I remember Alan Quinlan was playing then in the back row. He stands up and blames them. O'Gara was coming in and everybody was coming in and having a say about what was going on in the scrums. And I was just lost. And I just blew the whistle and I said, right, boys, this is enough now. This is enough. Now, at the moment, there is about 20 referees on this field. And Peter Clowes, he turns to me and he goes, yes, he said, and you're not one of them. I penalised him at the next 3 scrums, and then he got the message that I was the referee on the field. So yeah, I felt like that. I honestly did. That was a huge learning curve for me as well, particularly when it comes to the front rows.
Nigel, thanks for inviting us into your shrine.
It's not my house, man. It's not a shrine.
Thanks. Great to see you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Good to see you again, Ed.